Money Moves with Myth 2.0, the podcast. And always remember, gentlemen, it's a motherfucking movie. So, you know, today we're going to be talking about the hood culture and how it's not working for modern American black people, you know. And when I say hood culture, I'm talking about the damage hood culture does on the community. You know, the fashion is good. It's okay to, wear fashion, you know, turn your hat backwards or whatever, and be actually intelligent. You know, be who people don't expect you to be. You know, usually when people see a modern American black people, and you know, we be thinking we fly and this and that. People expect you to act a certain type of way. So when you first open your mouth and speak, only thing you gotta do is say a sentence, and people can tell what type of person you is. Like, you know, a lot of good people avoid hood people with hood culture. You know, the YNs, you know, the so-called bad bees in the hood. And they avoid a lot of us. Like, it's good people hide in plain sight away from modern American black people because they think that you're probably going to be a certain type of way. You know, they're used to every time they work with a modern American black person, there's always issues, there's always arguments. You probably don't show up on time. So a lot of times when you come in and you might like the hood culture, you know what I'm saying? You might dress a certain type of way. It might be your culture to dress a certain type of way, but that don't mean you have to act degenerate. It doesn't mean that you have to act dysfunctional. You know what I'm saying? You can have gold teeth and not be somebody who's going to do harm to somebody. You know, you'll be a guy who goes to work every day. You know, you're not out arguing, fighting. And we see what the hood culture is doing to a lot of modern American black people. You can't miss it. We're seeing it from both ends, and we thought that the hood culture, the ghetto hood culture, was just affecting a modern American black man, but we now know that that is not the case, and we can tell from the videos a lot of ratchets posts. You know what I'm saying? We do got, like Boosie said, he ratchet, she ratchet. We got a lot of ratchet people in the community, man. You know, and we can tell. People can tell. You know, people, you know, the hood culture has destroyed more modern American black people than slavery. You know, they mostly, you know what I'm saying, back in slavery, they wanted to keep slaves alive. You know, because that will cut into their profit or whatever. You know, that's the last straw where they had to unalive somebody who was a slave. You know what I'm saying? Last resort. Like, And nowadays, hood culture has sent more black men and more modern American black women to either prison, poverty, or in the graveyard. So why does everybody have to say they real ninjas? I remember when, everybody, no matter what state I went to, every dude I met was a real ninja. Every chick I met was a bad bee. And I think a lot of chicks get it mixed up. A bad chick is a feminine, beautiful, inspirational. A bad chick is supposed to be kind of like a high value woman. That's just the word that us real hood people use, and we be like, dang, that's a bad B. But really, she's a high value woman. And a lot of modern American black women just took this terminology, modern American black people took this terminology as, this a chick with a bad attitude. A bad chick is a chick with a bad attitude who you can't take the Mickey D's and go get a McDouble. You have to take them to Ruth Chris, Benihana's. You have to splurge Gucci, Prada, a Herman bag. And what I notice is that the hood culture is more infectious than a lot of the bird flu, for example. Because the hood culture has taken more lives than the bird flu. And a lot of you guys sit back and you continue, a lot of modern American black people sit back and continue to get left behind in life because they didn't want to get so-called played. They didn't want somebody to talk to them a certain type of way. Their feelings get hurt. Modern American black people today, feelings get hurt way much easier than back in the day. It's just like I see a video where a police officer come to the scene and he's nice. He ain't said nothing wrong. He's being respectful and stuff, but at the same time, he's trying to see what's going on, and you will see modern American black people, oh, you're racist. Oh, you're a black person, but you working for the other side. And cussing them out, and this and that. Just because. I'm just telling you guys about a lot of us, that hood culture that you're holding on so hard to and stuff ain't paid you nothing. Ain't paid your bills. Only thing it did is give you a hard time because you wanted to be a real ninja and not go to school. You wanted to be a real ninja and go try to sell a couple bags of narcotics or whatever. And now, when you could have been working out free, embracing the hood culture for real, dressing hood but being different from hood. But that's just my personal opinion, man. Let me know what you guys think on the video. Make sure you guys subscribe, and I'm holler at you guys on the next one. Over and out.